Hey, what's up everyone? And this video, I'm going to show you the 3 items that I used in my own tropical style garden here in the UK to survive winter on a budget for the first 2 years that I was growing in this space. So there are 3 items in my budget survival guide, and I will link to every single item in the description of this video below, and each link will be an affiliate link. So if you feel like having a browse, you'll be supporting me and supporting this channel growing, which is massively appreciated. Thank you so much. So, what is the first item on my budget survival guide for tropical and exotic style gardeners? I've got one down here. A maximum minimum outdoor garden thermometer. This thing has the potential to save your plant's life, and it has helped me so many times. With the maximum and minimum feature on these thermometers, you will see what the coldest temperature your garden reached that night was, and you will be able to start anticipating when your plant's going to need more protection from fleecing, either digging them up, moving them into greenhouses, whatever. This thing is going to be that first red flag, and it's not just cold. If you've got plants in a greenhouse and you get a warm, sunny day in winter like today, this is going to tell you when things are overheating. Honestly, it's a simple bit of kit, but if you get yourself one of these, you might just be able to save yourself and kind of get the first warning system in your garden. This is the one that I use. I've had this for, I don't know, maybe 6 months now. I bought it in the lead up to winter and it's been brilliant, and you can see it's absolutely soaked and it's coping with the downpours we're getting at the moment, so it's nice and waterproof as well. So item number 1, a maximum minimum thermometer. Item number 2 is what you're going to use when that thermometer tells you it's getting way too cold at night. Garden fleece. Now, the first 2 years that I was gardening in the tropical and exotic style, I had to fleece so many things in my garden because I was planting things young and small, which means they're more tender and susceptible to cold weather. And just putting that layer of fleece around a plant or over a plant is going to help create a warmer microclimate and keep things like snow and ice off of the plant. Obviously, that's not going to be as good as moving plants into a conservatory, a porch, or a greenhouse if you're lucky enough to have one. But it is a first line of defense, and it has saved my bacon so many times. When I got my first Schefflera, I fleeced it every time there was cold. I fleeced things that I grow from seed because you're more precious about the things you grow from seed. And this year, I'm going to leave a lot more of my aeoniums out in the garden, and succulents are going to want protecting from cold, so I will be using horticultural fleece. And I've talked about the benefits of horticultural fleece in so many of my other overwintering videos, so be sure to go and check it out. But that is definitely item number 2 of the 3 items on my budget survivor's guide to winter. Number 3, newspaper scraps. Why? Why newspaper scraps? If you're growing cannas, colocasias, any of these tender plants that you're going to dig up in the cold, wet months of winter, you're going to need to store them somewhere. And there is nothing more affordable than people's old newspapers. And once you've dried the roots or rhizomes or bulbs out from whatever you're overwintering, just wrap them up in newspaper and keep them somewhere cool and dark. And that is as good as any method to get them through winter. So there's my 3 items to surviving winter as a tropical and exotic style gardener on a budget. 1, maximum and minimum thermometer. 2, horticultural fleece. 3, old newspaper. It worked for me for 2 years before I had the pleasure of getting a greenhouse, and I know that I am extremely lucky to have one. But you don't need this to grow tropical and exotic gardens, and you can do it on a budget. So check out the links, treat yourselves, and I will see you all in the next video.